Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I'm going to talk about, is it necessary for Iraq to ascend into the WTO and BRICS to revalue their currency? I'm going to go over some of the things dealing with the WTO, the World Trade Organization, and also BRICS. And for the longest time, if you guys don't know, I've been involved with Iraqi dinar, following dinar gurus since 2009. And since then, we've debunked a lot of things. We've exposed a lot of dinar gurus. I have videos specifically on that that I used to do a long time ago. Now, Iraq going into the WTO does not signal an RV, and I'm getting ready to show that to you guys. Now, Iraq, you can see here, this is candidates to the WTO membership. Right, some of these people have applied since, look at this, 1987. They're still waiting to get in. Iraq, 2004. If all these countries were suddenly let into the WTO, would all these countries revalue their currency? And so what about the current candidates that are in the WTO? And we look at like Vietnam. Vietnam is in the WTO, so why haven't they revalued? Right? Or even Thailand with the Thai baht. Right? So you could pick a number of currencies that should have changed in value, right? Because we know that the banking system is suppressing currency. And this is the thing about the Iraqi dinar revaluation and then also the reset, right? Where they have to reset things. There's a reason why it's called a reset, because something happened that causes the system to break apart, and they got to do something to try to fix it. And that's why they call it the global currency reset. So this is a banking thing. Now, when it comes to BRICS, Iraq ascension into BRICS, is that really necessary? All right, so we have the members of BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now, this organization has been around since, 2009 or 2010? So it's been around for well over 10 years. And so how come Brazil hasn't changed their value? Or India, or China, or South Africa? Now, the Russian ruble is, you guys already know that there's already been issues with that because it crashed and then it went back up, and people are saying that it's backed by gold and all this other stuff, and I haven't really seen the full fruits of all what people are saying about the ruble, except for the fact that it crashed and then it came back up. So, but these countries have not changed their value. They haven't revalued their currency. And then you also have these new countries that are coming in. You got Saudi Arabia, Iran, Ethiopia, Egypt, Argentina, and the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. Right? So these countries, they will be admitted into BRICS on January 1st. Now, of course, January 1st has always been a big date for the RV, right? Every year, I have seen the dinar gurus say the revaluation is done. It's going to happen on January 1st, right? So we've all been through that for those who have been around for a while. Those who have not been around for a while, you guys have to know that there's a lot of people out there that talk about the dinar, and I'm not going to sit here and just keep talking about things when we have so many other investments and so many other things. The Iraqi dinar is the easiest investment. You buy it, you hold it, and you wait for the currency reset. Now, if there's a currency reset, then obviously something happened to the currency. And then you've got to throw in the central bank digital currencies, right? Remember when I told you guys that Iraq is working on a central bank digital coin. People laughed at me and said that the RV would happen well before the central bank digital coins would even come out. Right now you see that the information that was provided, that they are working on a central bank digital coin. And like I said, if you're going to reset something, that means something is wrong in the first place. The current banking system right now is working for the elite. It's working for the rich. It's working for those who have power. And it's working for the banking system. So I just wanted to put that out there because, there's a lot of people that are going to be hanging on the WTO and then BRICS. Well, I saw some articles about Iraq joining BRICS, and I think they maybe just have some interest, but it doesn't mean that they're going to join BRICS. I mean, what if BRICS is the reason why the system falls apart? Right? Maybe they try to do something with the BRIC dollar, right? And then it doesn't work. Or what if it does work, right? But that's Iraq, until you see them, first of all, ascend into BRICS in the first place, right? Then you can see after that, but they're not even there yet. We know that Iraq banned the dollar and they are de-dollarizing, right? They want to get away from the dollar. They have to depeg from the dollar. So we're looking for that moment when Iraq decides to depeg, and it's going to happen overnight. So are we going to see all these countries on January 1st revalue? Saudi Arabia, Iran, Ethiopia, Egypt, Argentina, and the UAE. Now, I'm going to recap a little bit what I said and add a couple things. Now, ever since 2009, I've known about a global currency reset. And many others who have been involved in the dinar before me and after me know of this global currency reset. In order for this to take place, there has to be an economic downturn across the world. Right now, there are people that are saying the Dinar RV is getting ready to happen right now. And if that was the case, there's no signs of an economic downturn at all whatsoever. And I've shared with you guys, there has to be a reason for them to reset because they are making billions of dollars in this current system. There's no reason for them to do this. But if you really believe Iraq has to be in the WTO to revalue their currency, well, they just did revalue their currency, didn't they? Didn't they just go from 1460 to 1320? They don't need the WTO to revalue their currency. They don't need BRICS to revalue their currency. And this is the thing. If you guys do your research and you learn about all the markets, the fiat market, learn how to trade, learn about the economy, learn about all these things that are surrounding your investment, then when these guys say this stuff, you can call them out on it, or you can just completely dismiss what they're saying. So when you learn about these things, you're going to know when they're telling the truth or they are bull crapping you, the ones that are doing it right now. The Iraqi dinar is an easy investment, but the dinar gurus make it hard, right? If you just want to invest and sit and wait, but they want to make it hard and tell you you're going to exchange at certain centers, there's going to be 800 numbers and all this other crap. No, just like you go to the bank and get currency, when it changes in value, you will be able to do the same thing. And to be honest with you, when it comes to certain things about the Iraqi dinar news and everything that comes out, really nobody has an advantage because nobody knows when it's going to happen. You have these gurus that are saying it's going to happen on all these different dates all the time. But what advantage do you have over somebody else? You don't, except for the fact that you should be buying and stacking, especially if that's your only investment and that's the only investment you want to get into. The only other advantage you would have is that you have more than everybody else. And if the rate does change from 1 to 1, 3 to 1, 5 to 1, and so on, the advantage that you have over everybody else is you don't have to exchange all your dinars in at once. Unless there is a mandate before then. And then we have the central bank digital currency. And I told you guys that Iraq is already working on it. So what do you think is going to happen when they launch their central bank digital coin? Everybody's going to buy it if it's available. It may not be available here in the United States. And that would be the other advantage that some people do have is that they are in the Middle East. But there is advantages on the day of the RV if you know exactly what you're doing. And I've talked about those in other videos, and I'm not going to talk about it in this video. Now, there are a few advantages, but only on the day of the RV, because on the day of the RV, that is the signal that the global currency reset is getting ready to begin, right? There's some advantages that you have over other people who may not be in the know to actually increase your talents, right? To multiply your funds. For those people who don't have very much, there's going to be opportunities for you to increase that with the other currencies that will revalue after that. So anyways, folks, I just wanted to put this information out there so you guys have an understanding. There's new people to this channel, and I'm doing some videos on the Iraqi dinar because I want people to be set straight. I don't want people to waste a lot of time watching a lot of fruitless videos about that when the Iraqi dinar is going to revalue, because that's what all this other stuff is, right? The dinar gurus, they're trying to figure out every single day. They're looking at every single piece of news and information, which has been happening since 2009, since I was in it, and before then, it was actually going on too as well. So it's the same thing that has been going on for 10 years. I want you guys to focus on other investments. I want you guys to learn how to trade and learn a lot of other things about finance, because when this wealth comes in, it's going to be like a lot of people winning the lottery. And when people win the lottery, a lot of people within the first year lose everything. And after 5 years, more than 50% of people are filing bankruptcy. All right, that's when you come into instant wealth. There's so many things that people don't understand, and especially dealing with the reset. There's a reason why they have to reset. And what are the reasons now for a reset? The economy is doing better. Yes, we know on the underlying things of the economy and this world system and the banking system, it's all getting ready to crash. And when it does, that's when the reset is going to happen. You better hope that the value of the dollar is actually still the value of it today, because if the American dollar is, say right now, if Iraq was to revalue 1-to-1 right where it's at, well, what if the 3-to-1 was actually because the value of the dollar is so low, you have to pay $3 to get an Iraqi dinar. So anyways, folks, that is all that I have for today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.